Hello, welcome. My name is Latoya Harris with lifeandloveimages.wordpress.com. Make sure that you also add us on Instagram at Latoyamotivates, as well as make sure that you are adding us on Facebook at Life and Love Images so that you can always make sure that you are being encouraged and motivated. Thanks so much for joining, LaShonda Butts. I really appreciate it. Today, our show is going to be about the secret of becoming mentally strong, the power of belief. And of course, thanks so much for joining, Darlene Richardson. Today, we are going to be talking about how to become mentally strong. But first, of course, you know how our Latoya Motivates show goes. First, hi, LaShonda. How are you today? Thanks so much for joining. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great day. I want to encourage you and make sure that you are being motivated. So we have a guest today, and I'm going to go ahead and join that guest before we go ahead and get underway. So let's go ahead and start. So much for joining us, Jack Harris.
I'm good. I had some issues trying to join, but I'm here.
Yeah, hopefully no one is having problems joining because I have the same issues. But we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna be mentally strong because that's what we're talking about today, and we're gonna make sure that we give you information and knowledge that you can use so that you can live your best life.
Yep.
So thanks so much, Kian, for joining. So first, of course, we have to give our shout outs to everyone who likes and loves and shares our information, our content of just living your best life. Is that okay? Can we go ahead and get started with our shout out?
Let me do one real quick. What up, Floyd? I see you. Floyd Griffin, what's up, man? Hard day at work. It's been a rough one, I know, buddy.
Definitely stay strong. We're going to definitely give you some tips today, are the secrets of becoming mentally strong, the power of belief. So you tuned into the right show, Floyd. Okay, so here are the shout outs. What's up? So the shout out to give out today is Sharika Young. Thanks so much for liking and sharing, and shout out to your new blog, prayertoprayer.wordpress.com. Make sure that you tune in for those awesome prayer to prayers with great scriptures by Sharika Young. She's doing her thing, y'all. She has a blog, prayertoprayer.wordpress.com. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Tremaine Valencia. Thanks so much for sharing and liking. Also, of course, do your YouTube videos about hair. I know I will definitely join. So make sure that you are encouraged and you start getting yourself out there. So that would be cool. I saw that post and I wanted to let you know and encourage you about that. Also, Calandra Williams, keep doing your thing. We definitely can see you donating to homeless and doing a lot of awesome things with people in need. So I just want to shout you out and thanks so much for liking and loving. Elizabeth Pickney, you're so beautiful. You're like a model. I just want to give you a shout out as well. Thanks so much for watching and sharing. Zanette Harris and Pamela Harris, I'd like to give a shout out to you too. Thank you so much for liking and sharing. And make sure that you continue to like and share this information that we share out today. So today, let's get into it. Today we are talking about the secret of becoming mentally strong. So the power of belief. So what we want to do first is just make sure that we give you the most important one first. Oh, thanks for the likes and the loves. Zach, we're getting the likes and the love early on. So thank you so much, guys. We want to always come to you with information and knowledge to help strengthen you and help you live your best life. So the very first one we want to make sure that you do to make sure that you are mentally strong is that you it's about Facebook, guys. Facebook, know your path. So let me ask you a question. So whenever y'all are on Facebook, of course, not this show, because this show is edifying. But have y'all ever been on Facebook where y'all are like looking at people and you're like, dang, they're living like an awesome life. You're looking at their families. You're looking at they just got engaged. You're looking at all of these awesome things that are happening in their life. And honestly, these things are tearing you down mentally whenever you're looking at what other people have going on. You have to know your own path and have an idea of what your own path is, because it's normal to look at Facebook and say, oh, this person's doing that, this person's doing that. But the bad part comes in and it tears down your mental strength whenever you are, hey, Tremaine, hey, love. We gave you a shout out earlier, and we also wanted to encourage you about your YouTube tutorials. Definitely do that. I'll be the first one watching. So Facebook, what are you thinking about that, Zach? As far as it tearing it down your mental strength, and how important is it to know your own path? What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy for us to see, you know, friends from high school or college or, you know, even family that traveling. For me personally, there are friends of mine that I have on my Facebook page that are like amazing. They do amazing traveling all over the world, all over everywhere, and it's like, hmm, ah, that. But I realize, like, you know what? I will be able to do that, but at some point in time, I'm my path is the best dad I can be. My path is the best husband I can be. So you can allow someone else, whatever they're doing, affect what you do because you're not. And there will be a, if I wanted to travel, if I want us to travel, there will be a time we can do that. It's just that you can't allow others, you know, other people's situation to alter your life. And we all know we got some on Facebook, and they might not even be doing what they're doing, but you know what? You just gotta continue to know your path, others' paths. So that's
Exactly.
my thoughts.
Base your success on your own desires. So you have to make sure that you have a destination of your own. If you're looking at someone else on Facebook and you're like, they have this, they have that, and you just want it just because you see it, you have to make sure that you understand. Hey, Lydia. Hey, Chris. Hey, Tanya. Thanks so much for joining. We're talking about the secret of becoming mentally strong, the power of belief. And we're talking about how Facebook can sometimes tear you down, make you feel less than, make you feel like other people are doing things that are extraordinary and you're not doing those exact things. So you feel like you're missing out. But we're here to tell you that you need to get your own path, understand what your own desires are, and that way, whenever you see someone that is on Facebook doing something, you already have an idea of what you have, what you want, what the
Tanya,
things that you feel make you mentally strong or make you feel the best person that you can be. And that may be being the best husband that you can be. That might be being the best mother you can be. That might be being the best cook that you can be. Because honestly, we all are made different, and someone else's desires may not be your own. But the first step is knowing what your path is. So definitely, number one, make sure that Facebook does not bring down your mental strength, guys. You got to have your own path and know your own plan. So proud of you all. Oh, thank you so much, Tanya. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for the love. I appreciate that. I love you too. Hello, thank you so much, Brittany Lanye, for watching. So let's get into number two, the secret of becoming mentally strong. First, we talked about Facebook. Don't let it tear you down. Make sure that you know your desires. If you don't know what your desires are, that's what we're here for. Make sure that you email us at latoyamotivates@gmail.com
what up,
or
Goldberg?
lifeandwateraquatics@gmail.com and ask us. Because I know sometimes people don't know what their purpose is or how to find their desires, but that's
Man,
what we're
what
here
up?
to do, to make sure that we help you find out whatever those desires are so that you can accomplish them. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into number two. Know your worth. That is number two. Because number one, if you don't know what your value is, you're going to feel, of course, mentally broken down, mentally unstable. So know your value. The Bible says that women are more valuable than rubies, that if you find a good woman, you found a treasure. So make sure that you are treating yourself like that you understand how valuable you are, that you understand that you have gifts inside of you that no one else can do just like you. What do you have on that one, Zach? What are you thinking about for knowing your worth and how women are more valuable than rubies? How are you feeling about that making you mentally strong?
Yeah, women are definitely more valuable than rubies. My woman is more valuable than a ruby. She is the most valuable.
More valuable than pearls?
Yes, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. Hey Tanya, how you doing? Tanya, hey, before we get into it, Tanya told me quit yelling over you. I was just doing my shout outs, Tanya. I got friends on here too that watch. Uh,
Thank you,
so we can
Tanya.
do.
Thank you for having my back.
I'm sorry, but yes, know your worth because nobody else is gonna know your worth. Like nobody. So, um, I don't know. I didn't. There was a time where I didn't know my worth, where I wasn't really like the most confident person in the world, and I didn't really, I didn't. I was just, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but when you know your worth, you know that there some things aren't for you. You know what I mean? You know that there are things out here that are not for you. If you feel uncomfortable, then it's not for you. So, yeah, definitely know your worth because nobody else is gonna know your worth. Like nobody's gonna know how you feel on the inside besides you, and how you feel on the inside is your self worth, in my opinion. So yeah,
Exactly, exactly. So this ties into the next one. Awesome segue, Zach. So making sure that you are mentally strong, the secret of becoming mentally strong. For those out there who may feel like you're single, so you're like, I'm looking for someone to help me or to find that mate. For those who may have lost a loved one, for those who are thinking like, like all my life people told me I wasn't going to be anything. Well, this is for you. These steps are to help you start finding your path. First one was to make sure that you don't allow Facebook to tear your mental strength down. The second one was knowing your worth and your value, just understanding that you have something inside of you that you need to share with the world that they're waiting on, and that you just need to build up the courage to be able to share it and take one step. And the next one that we're going to share with you to help you be mentally strong is that you need to understand that success is not tied into whether or not you feel pain. Because honestly, when you do feel pain and when you do go through struggles, it actually makes you stronger. The Bible says, count it on joy whenever you go through trials. So most of the time, whenever you feel like, oh, I'm having pain, I feel like I'm not mentally strong, but honestly, through that pain and through fighting through it and just taking one step and one day at a time, you actually are becoming mentally stronger. So don't think that life is going to be completely all about happiness, all about great things to come. Honestly, you have to take the pain, you have to take the struggle, you have to take fighting through those difficulties to come out on the other end stronger. So, what are your thoughts on people thinking that life is supposed to be painless and it's supposed to be all happiness and joy? How does that affect your mental strength? What are your thoughts on that one, Zach?
pain is a part of the process because everything is a process. Like I think we were talking about this earlier today. Um, when you get cut or burned, it's a process before you heal up, and then that skin, when you heal up, you become stronger. It's stronger. So the pain, you got to embrace the pain. You got to know that's just a part of the process because
Process.
everything is not flowers and honey and giggles and smiles. I mean, everybody knows that in life. We all go through trials and tribulations, but we go through them and we get better from them and we learn from them and we move on from them. And then we realize that whatever those trials and tribulations were, now that we've been through them, we know the signs prior to getting there.
Tanya said pain because you to remember and learn. It causes
Or
you to learn. You're
yeah,
right, Tanya. You're so right. When you think of it that way, that allows for you to have mental strength because you are understanding that it can only make you stronger and counting on joy. When you have faith, you know that that pain is just going to get you. Uh, you're going to get through that pain to get to the other side more victorious, right?
right.
So thank you so much for sharing that. Boy, thank you for that comment. That's an awesome comment, Tanya. So awesome, awesome. So the last one, well, we actually have two more to help you gain your mental strength so that you can be strong to accomplish whatever your dreams are. Because remember, we're on here sharing this to make sure that you know that you can live your dreams, know that you can live your best life. Know that you don't have to compare your life to other people, knowing that mental strength is the key in order for you to be able to live your best life. And one of the things that you need to know is that changing your habits is key. So each day, take one day at a time to make sure that each habit that you make, it's in regards to making yourself better. I have a story. There was this one guy. He didn't realize that you can actually change your whole world, change everything with just one habit at a time. He had high blood pressure. His levels at the hospital were almost to a point where the doctor said that he was going to die. But he was drinking liters of Pepsi Cola a day. So with him changing that habit to a diet Pepsi, he was able to lower his levels tremendously. And now he's living a better life. And it's all because he just changed one habit. How can you expect for your life to change when you do the same things over and over? What's the definition of doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results back?
You're insane.
Exactly. So what are your thoughts on that? Just changing your habits to make sure that you can become mentally strong.
Yeah, man, that's self-explanatory. I guess I can give a example for myself. Like, you know, as we get older, we put on a lot of weight, and you know, things are a little different for us. Like, as in losing weight, and we're not as active as we were, you know, young. You know, our body's chemistry changes, but you know, I like pizza. I like pizza a lot. I could probably eat pizza every day of the week. But with me eating pizza every day of the week, which I was doing for a while, I could tell my stomach was getting big, real big, real big. So I I changed my diet to where, not even changed my diet, but I just made a conscious effort. Like, I can't eat pizza every day.
Not every day, yeah.
Maybe let's do a salad 3 times a week, 2 times a week. And I'm not gonna lie and tell you that, you know, I've lost tremendous pounds, but I can see that I'm not, you know, my belly is not as getting big at the rate that it was before. So, perfect example. Just the smallest things, the littlest things you do can make all the world. If you are sad, or you know, you're in a funk and you can't get out of the funk, well, you see those beautiful flowers behind Toya? Go get you some flowers and put them in your kitchen. You know what I mean? Or go walk in the park. You know, a little nature, something that helps. It helps. So.
Yes. Just changing one area of your life.
Hold on. Let me address something.
Okay. Okay.
Floyd Griffin, I see a comment. I'm watching you, bro.
It's more to love. It's just more to love.
Yeah, okay.
That's how
I'm watching you, bro. Just know that.
All right. But definitely. Those are great examples. You want to just make sure that to become mentally strong, you change the way that you're thinking, change your mindset. And whenever you have thoughts of like, I'm not good enough, or it's going to take too long for me to get to a place where I feel like I'm financially free. I mean, those are all negative thoughts. Combat those negative thoughts with positive ones. It will happen in time. I will respect the process. What God has for me is for me. And all of these things basically can come back getting better habits. And the last item that we want to go ahead and share with you guys is make sure that you're not a people pleaser. Make sure that you understand that being a people pleaser will definitely decrease your mental mind strength. This was something that I had to learn a little late in the game, but I want to make sure that I share this information with you so that you know that being a people pleaser and caring what other people think is definitely going to diminish your mental strength. So you want to always make sure that whenever you are having a idea or a thought that you want to go ahead and do something, even though you don't necessarily have the time in your schedule to accommodate for someone, but you're thinking, I just want to do something just so that this person likes me. This is diminishing your mental strength, and you need to make sure that you don't care what other people think. And this also sometimes makes you fearful to step out on the edge, to get out of your comfort zone, because you care about what people think. And when you become a people pleaser, and whenever you're doing things so that people like you, this will definitely diminish your mental strength. What are your thoughts on that one, Zach?
I got froze out. I had a phone call that came in and it froze everything. So, sorry.
The last thing we were talking about is just making sure that you're not a people pleaser, because that could
Oh,
diminish your mental strength.
yeah, definitely for sure. The only person you should be, well, the only pleasing you should be doing is God, pleasing God. These people,
Yes, God first.
God first. People here don't matter. I mean,
Seeking first the kingdom,
yeah, at the end of the day,
and then everything else will fall into place.
exactly. And people are fickle. No matter how hard you work, no matter what you do, it may not be good enough, but you gave it your all. And how would you feel? You know what I mean? Like how would you feel if you were not able to? You gave it your all, and someone wasn't pleased, and that makes you feel bad. And you
Exactly.
can't control other people. You know how they feel, and you definitely don't want other people to control how you feel. So people pleasing to a certain extent. I mean, always do what you're supposed to do and do everything you do to the best of your ability. But Don't do it to please others. Do it because you're supposed to do it that way. Because again, you know your self worth, self worth. So that's how I feel about it.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So, just as a review, the secret of becoming mentally strong, number one, you want to make sure that you're not letting Facebook ruin your life. Making sure that you understand that Facebook is not the end all to what people are, that what's true. People show their best face on Facebook. So, don't go through Facebook and allow for it to depress you. This is called the comparing mind, and it will definitely decrease your mental strength. You want to make sure that you're not letting Facebook do that to you, and that you know what your path is, what your destination is. Again, Latoyamotivates at gmail.com is the place to go if you want to email me, if you're looking for what your purpose is, where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, so that you can start living your best life. So again, number one, Facebook, don't let it diminish your mental strength, y'all. Find your own path so that you can start doing things that you enjoy. Number two, you want to make sure that you know your worth, know your value, know that you're worth the trouble of trying to do some self-investigation, some inside confrontation, some understanding of who you are and where you're coming from and where you're going. You're welcome. Oh, LaShonda, thank you so much. That warms my heart. No, thank you for watching. We definitely want to make sure we're bringing information to uplift you so that you can start living your dreams. It's possible, guys. It's time for you to start doing the things that you want to see in your life happen. So you can make sure that that happens. So you can do it. So that's why we're doing this. Thanks so much for joining, Brandon. Thanks so much for joining, Chanel. Thanks so much. So we're almost done. The next thing we want to do is make sure that your success is not tied into whether or not you're experiencing pain or not, whether or not you're feeling unhappy. Success does not come tied in the bow. You have to go through failures in order to learn, in order to succeed. If you're experiencing pain right now, just know that it's going to make you stronger. Whenever you get a cut, don't you get a scar? And then that skin seem a little bit stronger because you have that scar? Even though it's an ugly scar, you know that you are stronger for whatever that pain was that you were experiencing. And next, changing your habits. Making sure that you're just taking each day at a time and that you're respecting the process of growing and changing into the person that you need to be, because being mentally strong just takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And last, you need to make sure that you are not a people pleaser. You're not pleasing people. You don't care what they think. You pleasing people. Are you a people pleaser? Not a people pleaser. Are you a people pleaser? I'm not a people pleaser. Okay, we kind of lost a few people when I started singing that song. Uh-oh. So what? I'm not a people pleaser. I'm not a people pleaser.
All right.
Anyway. Anyway, guys, we just wanted to make sure that you knew what you needed in order to strengthen your mental capacity and be strong to live out your dreams. Is there anything that you want to leave our viewers with? Anything to motivate them and encourage them?
Yeah. Be positive. Don't worry about what the next man doing. You be the best you, and love yourself, know your self worth, and look at every experience as an opportunity to learn and to better yourself, whether it's good or bad. You gotta. It's all about you bettering yourself. It ain't about nothing else, nobody else, but you bettering yourself and you furthering your knowledge and all that good stuff. So yeah.
Definitely, definitely. So make sure that you're strengthening up your mind. Make sure that you're going to life and love images.wordpress.com to check out our blogs. You can read the one on comparing mine and about how Facebook is only showing highlights, not necessarily the blooper reels of people's life. Make sure that you check out Life and Water Aquatics on Instagram and Latoyamotivates on Instagram. Make sure that you're friending us up so that we can provide as much information and motivation as we can and affirmation daily through those websites and through those social media accounts, because we're using our social media to make sure that we're building you up, strengthening you up, and encouraging you to live your best dreams. Thanks so much for joining, everybody. Remember, you can email me at latoyamotivates@gmail.com and let us know what other topics that you want to read. We also have a YouTube channel on Latoya Motivates, so check us out, and we'll be making sure to upload whatever videos that you want to see. So thanks again for joining, everybody. Have a good day. See you again on Tuesday at 7:30.